it's her signature hero, essentially, that, you know, she rose the ranks.
A lane like this one. So do you feel like Alacrity might struggle a little bit? Could this be a weakness for the Meepo that they can penalize? Really big fan of Mizu on the 3. Yeah, Polisun falling pretty low here. Looks like Red with one more right click from the Grimstroke. We'll have our first kill of Division 2, the Winter Tour.
Mid lane, Alacrity.
Yeah, they dropped the ultimate. Alacrity. He might just tick you out. Well, let's see if the extra regen's enough. He goes for the deny. Oh, it was just a kill. So close. I think 1 point in dagger, honestly. Maybe if with the extra point there, might have been enough to tick.
Siege creep timing, but that'd be a pretty damn good game if you had.
Be able to kill Red. InYourDream is, they do have an observe ward at least from Radiant, so looking to put as much pressure on Alacrity as possible. InYourDream's forced to use more of a defensive boat, just get that run buff popping. And now with the rotation from Polisun as well, they'll turn it back around on the Queen of Pain, blink on cooldown. And that'll cost him his life, as it lacks like this catapult wave, you're gonna lose it. But knowing reincarnations on cooldown feels like a big window to really limit the farm that Ghost can get.
Yeah, for me, if they were able to rotate quickly enough, Mizu, by the way, he's
trying
gone on a little bit here.
Phantom Embrace not leveled up at the moment, so Mizu will turn and drop a huge Echo Slam. The damage stacking up on the creeps, and now YoCam, thanks to the haste, gets there in the nick of time. A beautiful rotation should net themselves 2 kills thanks to a huge ultimate from the Earthshaker.
Oh,
Job 1 is juking through the tree line. There's no way. Okay. Oh, you get the kill on Ghost. You take it. But hey, a little bit of silver linings.
Let's go Bon. Rotation up top here from Alacrity. They're just looking to get really aggressive here. I like the fact that Mizu is, you know, not just wanting to sit back and farm. He's wanting to connect constantly together with this Meepo. Make sure, because he is the win condition.
Don't run up that high ground, my friend. He's going to do just that. Silen will even rotate over just to secure the extra damage. Mizu bursts it down. But InYourDream's looking to get involved as well. Another defensive boat. Is it going to be enough to keep Polisun alive? So it looks like it'll be a 2-for-1 trade. YoCam looking to get involved as well. They'll make it work for it once again. Tide bring off the creep. He'll go for it, and he'll get it. And you've given a big opportunity for Enigma Galaxy as well. Down bottom, on top of the Queen of Pain, Alacrity and Mizu. There's the 1-2 punch they can provide across.
Immediately picked off. They want to make sure that they're making their plays
like Ghost
before these BKBs come up.
I mean, he's close to the tower, but Dyer's swinging on over. Mizu sets up once again. They've laid down enough damage to bring down the first life, and now Radiant, they need to react. A 4-staff getting him out of harm's way. So nice reinforcements, but you've got to be cautious. Alacrity, that's a peculiar angle into the fight. From the middle lane, he goes on top of the tier 3 tower. They'll get rid of the Queen of Pain. You've got to be cautious about the buybacks, but Mizu again drops the Echo onto 3. The damage is so much for Spawnfire 96 to deal with. They've killed off the first life, but they've got to be cautious about how deep you go. You're really inside Radiant's territory. You don't want to throw this lead you have. The ultimate's starting to dwindle. Alacrity feeling powerful nonetheless, though. Is going to continue to push Radiant back further and further inside the base. And no one on Enigma Galaxy has died.
No one's dying. They just only had about a minute left on it. A little odd that they didn't opt to try. And 200 damage over an AoE, like that, 1,000 damage in a team fight is pretty damn significant.
Ghost? He's actually just gonna man up right now, run straight to the triangle. Polo will pop an early BKB. They're playing very split at the moment, making sure they don't get all grouped up, but guys, exactly, that's early reincarnation. We'll have to use the defensive BKB. Ghost trying to reset the fight, but now with the BKBs expiring, Sport 496 are going to have to look to get out of the area as Musa can hold them back. Dropping the Echo Slam once again. Alacrity should have plenty of damage to follow up in our Radiant. How can they turn this back around? Meepo, about half health still to play with, but their damage is starting to lack without Ghost nearby, so they can turn. Cillian's actually going to jump in, dropping the Sonic Wave. This is a window that they weren't expecting, as Enigma Galaxy SEA heavily commit at the top side of the map. They'll lose 2 at the moment. Anything more they can get out of it, though. Yeah, Mizu will be found in the tree line. Red, he's lacking the stun, though. Unfortunately, only 3 points Dragon Tail. It doesn't have rotations back. Still, they know Echo's on cooldown. Radiant. See how they can hold the base. Alacrity still has to keep tabs on these Aegis. Well, lower and lower, but the net worth continuing to stack up for the Meepo. So it looks like he's happy. Just sacrificing the life and getting back out with ease on top of the real Meepo, which, where is...
Multiple ways now to
On
be
mid
able
lane.
to take safe far.
They're setting up on Ghost. Ohio still without the Aghanims. He's got BKB at the ready. 4 stuff as well, but Paulison, great target prioritization. He's going to look to jump the backline, but Ghost has been unable to pop the BKB, but still, they're ripping apart the backline. 2 supports going. BKB super defensive. He just a hope to get out to safety. But look at the awareness. I mean, just jump the supports. Get rid of the Grim. Get rid of the Weaver. And that's the best you can do. Mizu even popped the refresher for a double fissure.
Don't hate it. I mean, if it's what's going to finally edge you.
Plan though, like at the very start of the game, they were looking to place as many sentry downs and observers and really position themselves to scout out the stacks. But after
I like being Blink, but Enigma Galaxy not wanting to give them the opportunity.
Trying to set up on Ghost. Force some reactions out early. Once again, they'll jump the backline. Straight on top of the Grimstroke, but they've got the buybacks. This could be the way back in for the fight, but they're going to push Ghost further outside the base thanks to the tidal wave. Now with the respawn, he's still got the BKB, but he doesn't have any extra assistance at the moment as Ghost is using this defensively to reposition himself. But the rest of Dire, they've committed heavily here. They've lost 2. Earthshaker along with the Clockwork, but Alacrity still has the Aegis in the arsenal with InYourDream standing hand in hand as well. The buybacks coming to fray, but Alacrity, let's see what he can do with the second round. He's going to jump on forward. They'll push Grimstroke to the western side, but the Meepo is slowly falling, and finally they'll bring down Alacrity.
Spawn, still a minute away, and they're actually going for a bit of a reverse wraparound here.
Ohio's going to lead the charge. He's really vital to the lineup at the moment with the Aghanims. Alacrity trying to prioritize him as well, but the Sakuchi furthers the positioning from Ohio, but now they're straight on top of Alacrity too. The AoE damage starting to rack up. With the help of the run buff, is it enough to keep the Meepo alive? They're trying to target him, but the E-Blade's not enough. Meepo's gone, but a buyback looking to rejoin the fight as Mizu drops the slam, jumping over the top on the Wraith King. They'll dealt with the first life. Alacrity back in the fray as well, but it looks like this time Enigma Galaxy Southeast Asia will clean up the team fight as they're looking to catch out the stragglers as Ghost down to the northern side. Queen of Pain on the high ground as well. Pop's able to make it out to safety, but the buyback's coming back into the play. But Paulison, perfect use of the reposition, will give no opportunity for Ghost to turn it back around, and the Grimstroke will also be killed off in front of the Roche Pit.
InYourDream has to be a little bit careful there. The slam nearly ended up killing him, but again, Roche respawns just as they win the team fight. Costs a few buybacks, but again, if Alacrity is able to grab this Aegis, he's totally happy with that kind of trade happening. InYourDream being the one to just wants to end the game real quick.
And you know Ghost doesn't have buybacks, so well, this is looking like a bit of a GG right here. Seeing crazy things.
He's just blocking off the base here, Mizu. Not wanting anyone to even attempt to try and defend this.
Come on, lads, I believe. Come on, let's go. One last attempt. Oh no, Enigma Galaxy Southeast Asia will kick off our first series with their map victory. I think a lot of their jump is going to come off the back of red on the Night Stalker. But it definitely needs to have the edict kind of starting to mention in the draft is that Dire have a little bit more amplification and steroids as well, first blood for InYourDream picked up down bottom.
Isn't like an insane laner, you know.
Lacrity's gonna go down mid as well. I got that one. It's all good. It's all good. Silen, I throw that cannot farm the jungle to rapid raid as with him coming up here. I'll get rid of the reincarnation on Ghost. Is a fair way away from the tier 1. So reinforcements coming at a little delayed timing here. The cookie's enough to reposition Ghost to safety, but InYourDream, no, not gonna matter. As Mizu killed, getting the level 6, and that sets up for a beautiful Echo Slam as they find a second kill. But Red's now gonna show up to the party. He's got this Dark Ascension ready to rock and roll with the extra damage, but they still gotta be cautious because the Grimstroke combined with the Phantom Assassin is no joke of a combination. But Red, airwalking at the moment, pushing Radiant. I need the rest to die to connect down bottom as well. Again, they need these early conversions on towers. Gonna catch out Alacrity the moment. Silen's looking to connect as well, but Alacrity's gonna be cautious. He doesn't have time to charge up the Requiem. As a cookie, great position from Snapfire, sweeping on over from the western side. As now they'll surround the clockwork. This is going to go for a straight heads up TP, but the stun's ready, up and available once again as 496 to bring the whole crew down bottom, and the goons find 3.
By the time he picks it up, is himself and the Shadow Fiend. PA's still going to be wanting to farm somewhere.
It's got Alacrity trying to charge up the Requiem. They're a little bit too far away to get mass usage out of it, but Yokem just runs away. Okay. This clockwork. This will open up the map now for the next night time, but Radiant, they've got some item timing starting to flock on for them as well with the Blink and BKB, and a perfect use of the Soulbind combined up with a hook shot. They're all caught out in the river, so Alacrity can charge up the Requiem. They'll blow up Seal. They're coming outside the base. They need to follow up with Mizu straight away. Alacrity's going to look to answer straight on top of Ghost. He's got the Reincarnation ready and available, but if they can pop it early, that would be a good start for Enigma Galaxy. They're unable to do so. It's up to their higher ground. They could potentially take a fight around their control if they force 496 into a choke point, setting up for Mizu's Echo Slam. They're leading once again on top of the Wraith King, trying to deal with the first life here as Alacrity. He's pump faking the Requiem, but after the southern side, it's a dire back for Polisson, so they won't have the Grimstroke now completely for this fight.
Nice armlet toggles coming through from Ghost.
Pressure onto Enigma Galaxy here with this Blink Deso armlet instead of the Radiance. Like, he's probably going to solo kill the Grimstroke once again. Yep. And this is just a completely different...
If he comes in from Shadow Fiend, has to be careful.
Oh, in your dream. It's just looking to pop Ghost at the moment. Alacrity as well joining the fray. That's early usages of the BKB, but it can set up for Alacrity's Requiem straight on round 2. As they'll blow up Ghost, the rest of Spawn 496... retreat away from the area, but second life you just charge up Requiem. Like, he did have Blink queued up. He's now going to the Silver's Edge. Just, oh, what a fissure. Mizu instantly cuts the initiation into half, but Red's still able to close the distance. They're going to look to try and jump Alacrity, but once the BKBs are forced out for the Radiant Cause, it's just going to force Dire back onto their side of the map as they can't stand their ground. But now that they've expired, they might try and find a different angle in. Jumped in, still another hook shot from Yokem as well on the mark as they've got so much control. It's so difficult for Dire to find an avenue into these fights.
Yeah, it is nuts the amount of damage that you're able to do with Ignite.
Dire's going to run straight into the Grimstroke, and once again the Soulbind is making this team fight really difficult for the Night Stalker to propel himself around. Just a quick 1-2 punch as Enigma Galaxy again. Fight's been important, and all eyes on once again if they can find the initiation, which they will. It rips apart again. DD, couple of crits, you love to see it. Leshak brought down to the grave. They'll kill off the Ogre too. I mean, it's just Enigma Galaxy Southeast Asia here in this mid-game.
And that was...
At the moment, we've got a hook shot as well, catching out Ghost. They're trying to pop the early use of the Reincarnation, which they'll do so successfully. Now Alacrity can charge up the Requiem. Straight on top of the round 2. Respawn is InYourDream back again into the fray. A triple for your Phantom Assassin. Trying to give him the Rampage as well. Jalabon 1, they can scurry out to safety, but the rest of the team not...
It's a little rough, right? It feels like this is... There were a lot of good individual plays. Oh, it just feels like, oh, okay, that'll
this
do
could be the
something.
start. BKB's on cooldown. I love to see it. A little bit of creativity here for the boys on Dire.
Blur.
Still InYourDream.
Oh, Mizu.
Jaunting down to the southern side. Mizu's ready and waiting in the wings, but InYourDream's gonna turn. Oh, he's just so goddamn farm. He's not even gonna die. Aimed in.
I don't know how I feel about them just walking in. Yeah, they've got to spin it way
onto the back line. They're going to try with a gobble up, straight on top of the Shadow Fiend. The burst is there. That's a nice start to the fight, but it's going to cost them the lives of the Leshak as well, who does not have a buyback. A 4-on-4, not including the Ages as well, but the chain lockdown's perfect. They've wasted the BKB on the first life, and now Dire, all they need to do is make sure they split up. Don't set up for the Echo Slam as Mizu. He's waiting the wings once again, trying to find the angle in, but the repositioning from InYourDream is off to the outskirts and jumps back on. They'll blow up too with ease, and it's just
kind of feeling that they needed a Aeon Disc instead, because it feels like whoever's dying first is just getting 100 to 0 burst.
He's just gonna jump. Well, it does at the moment. Still, Ghost is trying to deal with the supports. They've cleaned off one, but now Mizu, he's finding the angle, drops the Echo once again onto 2 heroes. Oh, they're just cleaning up house now with 3 down. InYourDream is looking to continue to stack up the kills. Already over 20 at the moment. Our game 2.
Can't even
It's been
kill the
set up
boss
so
five.
perfectly for an exceptional game. Is Nigma Galaxy SEA. What a way to start Division 2 off with a clean 2-0 victory over Spawn 496.
That's exactly the way.